You never told me who your sister was, right?
Right.
I called you and I asked you who your sister was.
But when you found out that was my sister, that was your cue?
The internet is buzzing, and fans of love and hip-hop. Miami can't stop talking about the latest storms swirling around none other than Trick Daddy. Just when everyone thought his chapter with Joy was finally closed, a shocking new twist has reignited old flames and reopened old wounds. Reports are pouring in that Joy's own sister, Samantha, has stepped forward with emotional claims about her past with Trick. A past that, according to insiders, was far more complicated than anyone ever knew. Viewers are stunned. Social media is divided, and fans are demanding answers. What really happened between Trick Daddy, Joy, and Samantha? Could there be a hidden chapter that changes everything we thought we knew about Miami's most talked about trio? Sources close to the situation suggest Samantha's recent sit-down might expose truths that could rock the entire love and hip hop world. Dada's whispers turn into headlines, and headlines explode into chaos.
All of us was young, and you were younger than me.
But you betrayed me though, Trick.
I didn't betray you. How did I betray you?
You were messing with my sister. When I was dating
We're breaking down the emotional storm, the family tension, and the explosive revelations that have everyone talking. Stay tuned because this story is just getting started. Miami's music scene and reality, TV world have never been strangers to drama. But this time, things have gone far beyond the usual heartbreaks and social media shade. Whispers started spreading after cameras reportedly caught an unexpected reunion between Trick Daddy and a familiar face, Samantha, the woman fans now know as Joy's sister. At first, nobody believed it. How could the woman once linked to Trick, the same man who later married her own sister, suddenly walk back into the picture? Yet here it was, unfolding right in front of everyone's eyes. A scene charged with tension, regret, and years of buried emotions. Sources close to the situation say the meeting wasn't planned. Samantha had apparently reached out, saying she needed to clear the air, to confront what she called unfinished pain. And when Trick agreed to meet, he probably didn't expect the past to come crashing back.
I can't do none of that. But if you like, I just want a relationship with my sister. I just want to tell her I forgive her and I love her. I get that.
Not so much that I forgive her.
That's your sister and ain't nothing that...
in place. But the calm didn't last long. Samantha's tone was soft at first, filled with hesitation. But underneath it was the kind of energy that told everyone she had been holding something in for years. She reportedly began by asking simple questions: how he's been, how life's changed since the cameras stopped rolling. Trick chuckled, saying he was focused on peace these days, avoiding stress and drama. But Samantha didn't come for small talk. She leaned forward, looked him dead in the eyes, and said something that, according to an insider, made the entire set go silent. "You never told me who your sister was," she said. "I asked you back then, remember? And when you found out it was Joy, that should have been your cue to walk away." Trick shifted in his seat, visibly uncomfortable, muttering something about being young and foolish. But Samantha wasn't done. In that moment, all the years of silence seemed to unravel. Samantha described how she once believed Trick was the man she'd spend her life with. She said back then she trusted him even when everyone warned her not to. But what hurt most, she added, wasn't that he fell in love with someone else, it was who that someone turned out to be. "My own sister," she said, voice trembling, eyes glistening. "She was the one telling me you were no good, that I should move on, while she was sneaking behind my back with you." According to those present, Trick's expression changed completely. Gone was the confident rapper. In his place sat a man realizing the gravity of what was being thrown his way. Trick tried to defend himself, saying he didn't know Samantha and Joy were related until much later. He claimed it was an honest mistake, that the two sisters never mentioned each other during that time. But Samantha countered that he had plenty of chances to come clean. "You called me, asked about my family, and still acted surprised when I said Joy's name," she said, shaking her head. "Don't tell me you didn't know. There was no yelling, no over-the-top theatrics, just raw." Heavy emotion hanging in the air, people watching the moment described it as surreal. Trick, usually the one cracking jokes and brushing things off, was sitting in silence, his head slightly lowered. Some say it was guilt, others say it was disbelief. Either way, the energy between them was undeniable. For Samantha, this wasn't about revenge or publicity. It was about closure, about finally speaking a truth that had been buried under years of rumors and public narratives. As the conversation deepened, more details began to surface, details that fans never knew. Samantha revealed that before Joy ever appeared in Trick's life, she and Trick were already seeing each other. It wasn't serious at first, she admitted, but it grew into something real. "We were building something," she said softly. "I saw a future with you." According to her, she used to confide in Joy about everything, the good dates, the arguments, the late-night calls. Joy would listen, offer advice, and act protective, warning her that Trick was too much of a player to settle down. But behind that advice, Samantha now believes Joy had her own motives. When Trick finally married Joy years later, Samantha says she felt like the ground had been ripped from beneath her. She stayed silent, partly out of embarrassment, partly out of confusion. "I didn't want people to think I was bitter or jealous," she reportedly told Trick. "But I couldn't watch it on TV. I couldn't watch you play house with her like nothing ever happened." Trick sighed, rubbing his hands together, admitting he had made mistakes, but insisting his relationship with Joy wasn't meant to hurt Samantha. "We were all young. We all made choices we didn't think through," he said quietly. "I can't turn back time." The words hung there for a moment, but they didn't make things easier. Samantha nodded slowly, but her expression said, some wounds don't heal just because someone apologizes. She admitted that seeing Joy and Trick's relationship unfold publicly had reopened old pain she thought was gone. "You moved on," she said, "but I was still stuck with questions. How could she do that to me? How could you?" According to production insiders, even the crew felt uncomfortable filming the exchange. It wasn't scripted drama anymore. It was something real. The energy was tense, unpredictable, and raw. At one point, Samantha's voice cracked as she told Trick that she wasn't there to accuse him anymore. She said she wanted peace, to forgive but not forget. "I just want my sister back," she said quietly. "Not as competition, not as a reminder of pain, just my sister." Trick looked at her, and for a few seconds, it seemed like all the bravado melted away. "I just want y'all to fix it," he replied softly. "Family more important than any of this." That line hit differently for everyone watching because it showed that beneath all the controversy, there was still a shared history that no fame or scandal could erase. But even with those words, peace didn't come easily. Both of them knew too much damage had been done. The emotions in that room weren't just about betrayal, they were about broken trust. Years of silence and the weight of what could have been. As the cameras rolled, Trick and Samantha sat in silence, the kind that says more than any argument ever could. And though the moment seemed calm, those who were there say you could still feel the chaos bubbling underneath, ready to spill out again at any second. The silence between Trick and Samantha lingered longer than anyone expected, and it carried the kind of tension that words couldn't dissolve. Cameras caught every subtle shift away. Trick rubbed his face, trying to find the right thing to say, and the way Samantha's fingers trembled slightly as she wiped a tear from her cheek. For a moment, it didn't feel like a reality show. It felt like two people facing years of pain they had both avoided. Sources say even the producers decided to pull back, letting the moment breathe, because the truth didn't need any extra drama, was heavy enough on its own. Trick finally broke the silence, his voice low and uneven. He said he understood why Samantha felt betrayed, but insisted that he never meant to hurt anyone. "I was wild back then," he admitted. "I wasn't thinking about who I was hurting, I was just moving." Samantha tilted her head, half listening, half fighting back the frustration that came with hearing the same excuses again. "You can't just say you were young and expect that to erase what happened," she said. "We were all young, but you knew what love meant. You knew what loyalty meant." Trick looked up at her, his eyes tired. "And I lost both," he said quietly, "because I didn't know how to keep either." It was one of those moments where the audience watching later couldn't decide whether to feel sympathy or anger. Trick's honesty sounded genuine, but Samantha's pain was undeniable. She had loved him, trusted him, and then lost not just a man, but her bond with her sister, too. She explained how, after everything went public, her family became divided. Joy had refused to speak to her, claiming Samantha was only bringing up the past for attention. "It's like I became the villain in a story I didn't even write," Samantha said, her voice shaking. "She moved on with her marriage, and I was left with people whispering about me behind my back. Fans online later pointed out how Samantha's vulnerability made the scene one of the most powerful in this season so far. She wasn't yelling or accusing anymore. She was just breaking down the quiet truth of what betrayal does to someone. She said she used to see Joy as her best friend, the one who knew all her secrets. And losing that bond felt like losing a part of herself. "The hardest part wasn't Trick choosing her," she said. "It was her choosing him, knowing what that would do to me." Trick took a deep breath, his voice steady but heavy. "You're right," he said. "I can't defend that. I didn't handle things right. I should have been man enough to stop it before it went that far." Samantha laughed bitterly, not because it was funny, but because regret always seems to come when it's too late to matter. "You had your chance," she replied. "You both did." From there, the conversation shifted toward what had happened after the marriage fell apart. Samantha said that when Joy and Trick started drifting apart, she thought maybe, just maybe, her sister would finally reach out and make peace. But instead, she heard about their separation from the blogs, not from Joy herself. "That hurt too," she said softly. "Not because I wanted to see her relationship fail, but because it reminded me she still couldn't face me." Trick nodded slowly, admitting that even during his marriage, he always knew there was unfinished business with Samantha. "I could see it in her eyes every time your name came up," he said. She tried to pretend like it didn't bother her, but it did. As he spoke, there was a flicker of something unexpected, maybe guilt, maybe nostalgia, maybe both. Trick confessed that he sometimes wondered what life might have been like if things had gone differently. "Maybe we could have been solid," he said. "Maybe I could have done right by you." Samantha looked at him, and for a split second, the bitterness faded. "Don't say that now," she whispered. "You already wrote the ending." Viewers later commented how that single line captured the entire heartbreak of the situation. It wasn't about rekindling old flames, it was about acknowledging that no amount of regret could undo what had been done. Trick leaned back, his voice quiet. "You think you can ever forgive her?" he asked. Samantha hesitated before answering. "I want to," she said. "But every time I try, I remember how she smiled when everyone found out. Like it didn't matter that she broke my trust." She paused, her voice soft but sharp. "You can't heal when the person who hurt you never admits it." Trick nodded, looking down at his hands. "She got her pride," he said. "Same as you." Samantha smiled sadly. "Difference is, my pride came from pain. Hers came from pretending." The room fell silent again. No one knew what to say next. It wasn't just about two sisters. Anymore, it was about choices, pride, and how love can twist itself into something unrecognizable. When honesty disappears, reports later revealed that after the meeting ended, Samantha stepped outside trying to collect herself. She told producers she didn't regret coming, even though it reopened every old wound. "I needed him to hear me," she said. "Not to fix it, but to understand what he broke." Inside, Trick sat alone for a while after she left. People close to him said he looked like a man who had just come face to face with his past in a way he never expected. "You can't change what you ran from." One crew member overheard him mutter quietly, almost to himself. Back on social media, the clip of Samantha saying "you already wrote the ending" went viral overnight. Fans flooded the comment sections with mixed reactions. Some sided with Samantha, praising her for her strength and honesty. Others argued that it was time to move on, that everyone had made mistakes. But no matter which side they were on, one thing was clear. This wasn't just gossip anymore. This was a story about real people, real consequences, and how the past never stays buried for long in Miami. And while everyone online debated who was right and who was wrong, one thing no one could deny was that this reunion had pulled back a curtain few were prepared to look behind. It wasn't just entertainment. It was a mirror reflecting how messy love, family, and fame can truly get when the cameras start rolling and the truth finally comes out. The following days after the reunion left everyone in the Love and Hip Hop Miami circle talking. Samantha's emotional breakdown and Trick's quiet confession became the center of discussion, not just among cast members, but across social media. Joy, who had been keeping her distance, couldn't avoid the storm that followed. The internet started dragging her name again, bringing back headlines she had hoped were long buried. Her comment sections flooded with old accusations and reminders of the betrayal that Samantha had just relived on camera. Sources close to Joy said she was furious after seeing the episode preview. She felt ambushed, betrayed by production, and more than anything, hurt that Samantha had aired such raw truths without warning her. But Samantha had her own take. She claimed she tried to reach out privately for years, but was met with silence. "How long was I supposed to wait for closure?" she told producers afterward. Sometimes, silence becomes its own kind of disrespect. Her words resonated deeply with viewers who felt she had every right to speak. Her truth after being painted as the problem for so long behind the scenes. Producers debated how to handle what came next. They knew the tension between Joy and Samantha had reached a boiling point, but they also saw how raw the emotions were. One insider revealed that they initially planned to have both women confront each other face to face in the same episode. But the intensity of Samantha and Trick's reunion changed everything. You could feel the air shift in that room. One crew member said, "It wasn't acting. It was pain that had been waiting to speak." Key. Trick, meanwhile, found himself caught in the middle once again. After the episode aired, he reportedly reached out to both sisters privately. Samantha picked up his call but kept it short. Joy, however, ignored him. Instead, she took to social media, posting cryptic messages about loyalty, growth, and people using her name for attention. Her followers were quick to interpret it as shade towards Samantha. Comments filled with fire emojis and mixed reactions, with some defending Joy and others reminding her that healing doesn't mean hiding from accountability. As the next episode's filming began, producers decided to bring Trick and Joy together to discuss what had happened. The energy was tense from the start. Joy walked in with that familiar confidence, but behind it there was a visible discomfort. Trick greeted her calmly, but the weight of what had been said about him and Samantha was still heavy in the air. Before he could even start, Joy jumped in. "You let her get on TV and tell half a story," she said. "You know what that makes me look like?" Trick sighed. "It's not about how it looks," he replied. "It's about how it was." Joy rolled her eyes, clearly not ready to hear that. "You always got an excuse," she said. "I moved on from that years ago. I've been healing. I've been working on me. I don't need y'all dragging my name back in old mess." Trick looked at her, his tone calm but cutting. "But you never made peace with her, and that's why it's still haunting both of y'all." Joy froze for a moment, then let out a small laugh. "So now it's my fault. She's the one bringing up the past on camera. I didn't ask for that." Fans who later watched the exchange pointed out that Joy's reaction seemed defensive rather than reflective. She insisted that her marriage with Trick was real, that whatever happened before was complicated, but she didn't steal him from anyone. "People love a good villain," she said, "and they picked me for the role." Trick didn't argue. Instead, he leaned forward and said quietly, "Maybe it's not about roles. Maybe it's about truth. And maybe it's time we all stop pretending we don't know what that truth is." That line hit hard. Even Joy, for a second, seemed to soften. She looked away, her voice quieter now. "You think I don't feel guilty?" she said. "You think I didn't cry when it all blew up? I lost my sister too. I just didn't have the luxury of crying on camera." That admission surprised everyone, even Trick. He said, "Then why didn't you ever tell her that?" Joy shrugged. "Because pride don't let you pick up the phone sometimes. especially when the world already decided you're the bad guy. That raw honesty shifted the mood in the room. Trick didn't say much for a moment. The hurt between all three of them, him, Joy, and Samantha, wasn't just about infidelity or gossip anymore. It was about years of silence, pride, and the emotional cost of public life. Trick admitted that he had watched both sisters suffer and blamed himself for not stepping in sooner. "I thought letting time pass would fix it," he said. But time don't heal lies. It just hides them till somebody decides to open that wound again. When production wrapped for the day, everyone noticed that Joy left without saying much. She didn't storm out, but there was a quiet heaviness in her walk. Trick sat there for a while after she was gone, shaking his head. "She hurting too," he told a producer. "She just don't know how to show it." The producer nodded, saying, "None of y'all do." The producer nodded, saying, "None of y'all do." The internet once again erupted after clips of that meeting hit social platforms. Viewers debated whether Joy's tears were real or calculated. Some argued that she finally showed a more human side, while others felt she was still deflecting responsibility. Hashtags like #forgive, but DONT forget, and #sisterpain started trending. Thousands of people sharing their own stories about family betrayal. The episode became not just a viral moment, but a conversation starter about what forgiveness really looks like when family and fame collide. A week later, Samantha posted a long message on social media, addressing everything without directly naming her sister. She wrote, "Forgiveness doesn't mean pretending it didn't happen. It means acknowledging it and deciding it won't control you anymore." Fans flooded her comments with support, calling her post powerful and brave. Joy, on the other hand, stayed mostly silent, sharing only pictures of her studio sessions and upcoming projects. Insiders said she didn't want to fuel more headlines, but her silence only made people speculate more. As for Trick, he admitted in a confessional that he felt stuck between trying to fix what he broke and accepting that some things might never be repaired. "I want peace for both of them," he said. "But I don't know if they're ready for that yet." His expression said it all. He was a man who had finally seen the cost of his past choices. Not just in lost love, but in the damage left behind. And as fans watched him sit there, quiet and remorseful, they couldn't help but wonder whether healing was truly possible for any of them more, if the past had left a scar too deep to fade. As filming for the season continued, the aftermath of Samantha's revelation began to ripple through every corner of the cast's lives. Social media was ablaze with clips from the reunion and scenes of Trick Daddy's tense exchanges with both sisters. Blogs and gossip pages had a field day dissecting every expression, every pause, and every offhand comment. Everyone had an opinion, and the internet divided itself into camps: Team Samantha, Team Joy, and a few who still defended Trick, insisting he had already paid the price for his mistakes. What nobody saw, though, was how deeply this entire situation was affecting the sisters behind the scenes. Samantha, despite appearing strong on camera, was emotionally drained. In private, she admitted to producers that reopening old wounds had taken a toll she hadn't anticipated. "I thought I was ready to talk about it," she confessed during an off-camera moment. "But I didn't expect it to hurt like this again." You think time makes you stronger, but when you see their faces, all that pain comes rushing back. Her voice trembled as she spoke, and the crew, usually hardened by years of reality TV chaos, couldn't help but feel for her. Joy, on the other hand, was doing her best to keep her composure in public, but insiders said she was falling apart in private. She had tried to act unbothered, posting glamorous photos and upbeat captions. But her close friends revealed she hadn't been sleeping well. She reportedly kept replaying Samantha's words in her head: the accusation, the anger, the sadness. "You were messing with my sister" wasn't just a line on a show. It was a memory she couldn't shake. She'd told one friend, "I wish I could erase that chapter, but no matter what I do, people won't let me." The producers, seeing how heavy things had gotten, decided to film a mediation-style meeting between the sisters, moderated by one of the show's veterans. The idea was to give them a space to talk without interruptions, without cameras constantly zooming in on their pain. Both agreed, but everyone could sense the tension even before they entered the room. Samantha walked in first, calm but guarded, her face giving nothing away. Joy followed, her posture stiff, her eyes darting everywhere but toward her sister. The air felt thick, and even the crew whispered that it was one of the most charged scenes they'd ever filmed. When they finally sat down, there was a long silence. Neither wanted to speak first. Finally, Samantha broke the ice. "I didn't come here to fight," she said softly. "I came here because I need you to know I wasn't trying to embarrass you. I just couldn't carry it alone anymore." Joy's lips parted slightly, as if she wanted to respond, but she hesitated. The cameras caught the moment perfectly, years of distance condensed into one breath. "You could have called me," Joy said finally. "You didn't have to do it like that," Samantha sighed. "I tried," she said. "You changed your number. You blocked me on socials. What was I supposed to do? I was done begging to be heard." Joy looked down, her voice trembling a little now. "You don't know what it was like for me either. Everyone judged me. Nobody cared what I was going through." Samantha leaned forward, her tone sharper now. "And what about me? I lost my sister. I lost my peace. I spent years being called crazy because I told the truth." The exchange grew heavier by the minute. Neither woman raised her voice, but the emotion in the room was palpable. At one point, both of them had tears in their eyes, though neither wanted to let the other see. "I didn't mean to hurt you," Joy whispered. "I was lost. I made mistakes. But I didn't mean to destroy us." Samantha's expression softened slightly. "Then say that. Not to the world, not to the cameras, to me." For a moment, it seemed like they might finally find some common ground. But just when things felt like they were cooling down, Trick unexpectedly walked into the room. Producers hadn't planned for it. He was supposed to join later, but he'd insisted on being there. As soon as he entered, the tension spiked again. Joy's head snapped up. "Why is he here?" she asked sharply. Trick raised his hands defensively. "I just want to say something." Samantha glared. "You already said enough on that stage." Trick took a deep breath and looked at both women. "I messed up," he said plainly. "I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I made choices that hurt both of y'all, and I've been paying for it ever since. But I don't want to see y'all hate each other because of me." Joy scoffed. "It's a little late for that." Trick shook his head. "It's never too late if y'all still care." Samantha crossed her arms. "You don't get to play the peacemaker now," she said. "You caused this." His tone grew more emotional. "You right," he said quietly. "I did. And I'm sorry. I know that don't fix nothing. But I'm tired of seeing this pain keep going. I ain't proud of who I was back then. I just want peace." For a second, no one spoke. Joy wiped her face and looked away. Samantha's eyes softened, but she didn't respond. It was clear that apology had been a long time coming, even if it didn't erase the damage. After the scene wrapped, producers said it felt like they'd captured one of the most genuine moments in the show's history. There was no shouting, no drinks thrown, just raw emotion and the quiet realization that forgiveness isn't always dramatic. It's painful, slow, and uncertain. Still, fans who later watched the teaser online were mesmerized. Comments flooded in. "This is the realest moment we've seen all season." Samantha deserves peace. Joy finally showing real emotion. And even Trick trying to heal what he broke. Despite the calm that followed that meeting, it didn't take long for outside voices to stir things up again. Gossip bloggers started spinning new angles, claiming Samantha's sit-down was a setup to boost ratings, while others insisted Joy's tears were genuine. The speculation only made things harder for both women. Samantha tweeted, "It's not about TV, it's about truth," while Joy responded with, "People love a storyline, but they forget there are real hearts behind it." Still, fans noticed something different after that episode aired. For the first time, Joy and Samantha followed each other again on social media. No grand announcement, no captions, just a quiet, simple gesture that hinted at a small step forward. And for many, that spoke louder than any scripted apology could. But deep down, everyone watching knew that even if forgiveness was possible, forgetting would never be. The scars from what happened weren't just emotional. They were woven into the fabric of their story, a reminder that love, betrayal, and family in the spotlight rarely leave anyone untouched. And there you have it. The explosive story that has everyone talking. Trick Daddy, Samantha, and Joy have reminded us all just how messy love, family, and fame can get when the past refuses to stay buried. The drama, the confrontations, and the emotional revelations have left fans divided, curious, and eager for answers. Will the sisters ever fully reconcile? Can Trick Daddy repair the trust he broke? These questions are still hanging. And no one really knows what will happen next in their intertwined lives. If you found this story shocking, emotional, or just too wild to ignore, make sure you hit that like button to show your support. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates on the latest love and hip-hop drama. And we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below telling us what you think about this tangled web of family and relationships. Whose side are you on? Do you think forgiveness is possible here? Or is the damage too deep? Your opinion matters, and we're excited to see what you have to say. Stay tuned, because in Miami, the drama never really ends. In Miami, the drama never really ends.